Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for a 2v2 featuring Insane Race. That is Bolidzor and Psycho v DNF Gang, and that is F Madrid and Tony. Their track picks are for DNF Gang. We have Beetlejuice Park, Green Machine, H200 Plus and Wall Climb 2K22. And from Insane Race we have In the City, Vespucci, Azerti and Flavors, with Vespucci 21 in Muscle being the random pick from last week. Let me just pull my channel up and get my laptop all set up for said stream. Mute the audio, scroll down. Hello Bolid, hello Rug. Let me just edit the the description. Bolid, I need to mod you in a second, fella. Insane Race. I think it's alive. Cool. Score 69. DNF Gang. Yes. It's L-I-L dash dash. Apologies for this. I think I've got that right. And F Madrid G1. That's that done. Save that. Ba ba da ba da. Back to the video. But yeah, hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. We've got Rug, we've got Psycho, moin my man. Good luck to you both. We've got Bolid and Psycho from Insane Race. We've got Barbax wishing luck as well. I'm going to quickly grab Barbax's stream and get that shared into the chat. He has got himself up and ready. Bow, 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 ba-dow, bow, bow. We've got Mob Deep, how are you going? We've got Ninau and Bally. It is so nice. My man Rug's gonna have to go shovel some snow. That is Barbax's POV. And commentary. Going to quickly share this stream on to the Discord. I need to get used to all of this. I'm not good at promoting myself. I'm good at promoting other people. Good luck teams from Mobbin. Hello Mobbin. Hope you're doing well, fella. All four. Look at them. They're so ready. They're hot for it. They are ready to go. Tony is hosting. Vespucci 21 is the randomly assigned track. I'm not sure they updated the track from yesterday's pick, but all is good. They've got a random selection in there. I'll read through the races again in just 1 second. I've lost a section on the Discord. There we go. Boom ba doom. And let me grab Barbax's too. Ba-dum. Bum ba-dum ba-down. Ba-down ba-down ba-down. There's that job done. Can close this so it doesn't bong. And then we'll go through the tracks again quickly. So we've got Inner City, Vespucci, Azerti by Lazy, and Flavors by Rizkio from Insane Race, Beetlejuice Park H200 Plus from Dark Passenger, Green Machine, and then Wall Climb 2022 by Tony, and Vespucci 21 in Muscle is the random race. Right, get the right chat up. We are good to go. I'm focused in on the action. I've got my calculators ready. Right, focused in. We're going to sit on Bolid initially. He is starting at the back. Tony's got the lead. Got Psycho just ahead. Madrid completing the grid. Psycho taking the corner a little bit tighter. Madrid going aggressive over the curbs, and he has taken the lead early on. Yo Fox, good luck racers. Hello new boys, my man. Psycho going nice and low, clipping the boost. We've got Bolid just having slightly started to fall behind. Madrid up there with Tony. Psycho looking to close the gap and do some work. Nice air time from Bolid, good braking point, nice throttle control through the corner, nice and tight. Does appear to have closed the gap up since the tube. Bolid playing the wise approach. You've got Tony going underneath. Psycho does just clip the wall, he's flipping, and that does allow Bolid pass. Psycho just clipped the it looked like he just caught the last corner of that wall, and it did cause him a bit of disruption. Tony good and clean away, and now just sticking to the track. Psycho with all the work to do. We'll let him have around a lap or so just to settle in. Madrid, a big mistake and explosion. That is going to allow Psycho a good chance to close that gap back up. And you can see on the mini-map just about to pass by Tony having completed the corner, about to head in for the ramp skip. Looked like he got it nice and clean. Bolid as well, lovely done. And we will maybe, as they cross the line, swap back now. The race is a little bit tighter between the guys further back. Looks like Madrid has gone with the STX, and he's gained position again. Well, held position over Psycho. Across the line, we've got 208.129 to the 211.875, and then a 217 and a 219 respectively from Madrid and Psycho. Really nice and low, even taking just a touch of a risk there, Bolid. We'll see what happens. We'll give it another little bit of time. We might go in fact, yeah, we'll go back first. Then we'll pop back, have a look at Tony for the final lap, and apply this pressure as evenly as I possibly can. Psycho, nice little double or triple tap of brakes, bring himself through the corner, nice and tight, over the curbs, bumping, trying to get the boost down into the tube. Does appear to be closing in on the STX, and can't resist. Goes in for the wall ride, pulls up nice and cleanly over it, even just going that touch a little bit high to make sure he was good and safe. Brake boosting now to hold the lead over the STX. That power of the STX just coming back on through. Holds his pace through the corner with a little slide. Madrid does go into it, I think. Bolid has had to respawn. As Madrid getting all spun around, he is still on the track, but that has allowed Bolid on by. It's seen a Psycho down into last, or Madrid down into last place for now as things stand. Nice adjustment late into the ramp skip, collects the brake boost over the curb, and like I say, we will go spend a lap with Tony after Psycho's crossed the line. Just apply that pressure evenly. Tony's about the only race we've not been able to have a bit of a look at on the track. With him having taken the early lead. He's taken that jump nicely, got the nose pointed down to make sure he collects the speed boost. Just lets the car drift down naturally off that wall ride to get over the low wall. Collecting the brake boost, hearing the squeals and seeing the smoke come off the back. Really clean stuff again, just a clip of the inside curb and then aggressive across the curbs. Tony, a bit of an unusual line at this point, going with the loop, but it's working for him. Just lets the car drift underneath again, keeps his momentum forward facing nice and cleanly. Will we see Tony going for the coast to coast? He's got a big lead. 203.389 is the lap. Tony wisely maybe just shifting through the corners, and he's just going to confirm the race win. The early points, we've got Psycho and Bolid making it a bit difficult, but we will see 1 point advantage if things stay the way they are to Tony and Madrid. So we'll pop that, we'll have a little look at Bolid, I guess. Bolid just having been overtaken by Madrid. Must have had to have a slight respawn. Unlucky stuff for Bolid. And Madrid taking that safer line, just making sure he gets through the rest of the course cleanly. Doesn't want to hold his teammate up in the crossing the line. It does see DNF race take 5 point lead, or DNF Gang, sorry, 25 to 20 from Insane. So that is the random track choice out of the way. Got Beetlejuice Park and H200 plus Green Machine and Wall Climb 2022 from DNF Gang. In the City, Vespucci, Azerti and Flavors from Insane Race. Sorry, I've got the hiccups. So it's Beetlejuice Park that is up first out of the racers' selections. See, track made by Dark Passenger, as is H200 plus in the playlist. Got a lazy track, a Roscoe track, Zony track, and then a few rock stars. GG Mobbins, obviously, with Vespucci 21. And we'll see how the playlist goes from here. 5 point lead early on to DNF. The amount of races in this lobby is quite outstanding. We'll start with a bolid again. With it being a custom playlist, well, mainly custom playlist, Tony will have the advantage being in first place. On the custom tracks, it'll only be randomised on the Rockstar. It's good and low from Bolid. He's onto the tube wall really cleanly, chasing the brake boost, closing in on his teammate. Tony appeared to brick into the tube. He did brick into the tube. So Madrid gets himself up into first with really nice tasty boost line, pulling past both Bolid and Psycho. Just zoom that out a little bit more, pulling up onto the purple wall ride prop. Pulling down Psycho, getting down to the track really nice and early. Madrid, sorry, and Psycho though just carrying his pace through. Slight disconnect off the tube wall as Madrid blows up. Psycho, it looked like, disconnected from the tube as well, but got away with that a little bit more. And Bolid now holds a comfortable-ish lead. Hello, Jed. How are you going, fella? Oh, tell me about it, mob. Bolid, nice clean lines. We will pop back and have a look at Psycho and Tony's battle in a minute. Spend a bit of time with Tony, see if he's got Bolid in sight. But I hope everybody is doing well. We've got Tony taking the cut, Bolid takes the ramp, and that does see Tony undercut him and shifts into the lead. Just into the wall ride comfortably, comes off it lovely and low. Bolid has had to respawn. The single barrel roll from Tony does see him take a strong lead now. Psycho and Bolid battling for position just a little further back, and then Madrid with the work to do at the moment to close the gap back up. Tony just a bit too low. We're going to shift back to Bolid and Psycho. See if we can catch all of the action. Now, I am coming up with a couple of ideas to try and rid ourselves of these black screens. Oh, Psycho, I'm sorry, man. We'll shift back on to Tony for now. Watch the race for the front two. Bolid with the lead. Psycho just collecting the tube wall, and that does allow Madrid back up into third. Coming through the tube transition, well, into the tube, sorry, off the track. Not getting my words, very flowy today. Tony's car does seem to be... No, there we go, it's burst back to life. Maybe that will fix the issue. Just seems to be clipping quite heavily. Tubes. Just sticking to the bits of the tube wall he wants. Lovely tube to tube, but the slide out not nice on landing. Bolid's made it through his wall ride nice and cleanly, and he'll just be lightly extending away. Really nice low exit off the wall from Tony. See Psycho just coming through the tubes now. Looks like he's approaching the wall ride. Madrid with a bit of comfort behind Tony. Nice clean tube exit from Tony there. Now they are quite spread out, so we've not really got the best place to sit. Tony has taken the lead and Madrid up to second place, meaning there was a mistake that I have missed from Bolid. He needed to respawn. Hello, Pinky! How you going, fella? Coming across the line. Yep, that's what I'm going to look at. Mobbing, that is exactly the idea. It gets rid of the slight changes to the cars. Spectating does as well. It makes it a little bit more random with boosts and stuff. I've been speaking to the street racers about how I can do things better. And nice, Pinky, I'm doing very well, thank you very much. My health seems to have lightly improved again. And I'm back on track for now. But we will just stick with Tony, although Bolid having just overtaken Madrid. Again, they do seem quite spread out. We might, it's not, it's just a position on the track or through the tube. Madrid does still hold second place, 24.203 from Madrid is the best lap. You can see Tony really getting the tube line nicely this time, is sticking to the tube all the way through. And no, he could have maybe somehow got himself to loop around the tube, but he held that nicely. We are gonna pop back to Madrid. BJ's got a bad ice storm coming. Yeah, it's snowing for a lot of people. His rug's off shoveling the snow. We've got Joker with snowstorm coming. It's always snowing where Pinky's from. We've got Bolid right behind Madrid. He took a massive amount of air into the tube, must have caught a lovely brake boost somewhere, feathering the throttle to come out as low as possible, but he is maybe going to have to take the ramp. He's adjusted late. He does still have the speed to make it over, but Bolid has retaken second as things stand. Tony has got himself a first place. Is a Bolid. Does he have the wherewithal? Oh, the brick though. He's gonna lose a position to Madrid. Psycho coming down that last. No, not everybody, Jed, but people with good internet. And if we can get like half the lobby streaming at a time, sort of thing, then it'd make it the best. And I'm thinking as well, because I know Twitch require less upload data. It requires a slightly higher start at 3 megabits, but then it flattens out at 4 or 5, and then you're comfortable streaming to Twitch. So that could be the option. Or like just one of them for like, and it's for more serious events that we need it. Hello, Major Wanker, how you going, fella? Entering the chat with a howdy lad. So it was first and second for Madrid and Tony, but we do see all the points coming for Insane Race. Yeah, and then because I'd be doing it from my laptop through OBS and all that sort of stuff, I could do a load of graphical overlays and do driver sheets and all that sort of stuff. So I can make it all look a little bit more professional. Like for different events though, for more friendly stuff, it's a little bit less important. But like we've got a bit of money going on the line, a bit like in the summer and stuff like that. So we need to. Oh this laptop's a beast, to be honest. It's a Core i7 10th gen with a RTX 2060 in there. No, it's really, really beastly laptop. I can get it. I've now got it getting like a stable 150, 160 frames after the little bit of overclocking I've done on it recently. But yeah, exactly. Just slight little features I can add in and overlays and stuff like that. Like from myself, you're never going to get face cam or nothing. Like I'm not that sort. I want it focused on the races and all that sort of stuff myself in the community. But it allows me to play around, try different things, and then potentially put a little bit of money into some editing and that sort of stuff from a couple of people. Nice low cut there from Psycho, recovering his position nice and quickly. Goes in for the tube, cut nice and low again, getting a little bit lucky. I don't know. I don't know if I want to mess around too much with the high FPS. You can see Tony cutting out of the tube nice and early, going for the brake boost rather than the tube boost, and without having to take the extra air time that the tube requires. Both pulling up and then just adjusting lightly into the tube. Tony just managing his speed as things stand, but both of the races. Oh, really unlucky from Psycho. The back end just clipping the platform. Yeah, and I'd be able to bring, with it being on the laptop, I'd be able to bring up the challenge website. I'd be able to bring like all the bracket information. I'd be able to. I don't like. There's just a lot more I can do. Can see Madrid not feeling quite so comfortable with the cut there. Yeah, I was racing well the other night, Mob D. I was doing alright. I was just before my stomach got a bit iffy again. Heading into the tube. And you were doing as well. We were pushing each other nicely. Madrid just got all four wheels down to get the landing a little bit smoother than it could have been. We'll stay here for just now. We can see Bolid just in the distance, feathering the throttle, maybe just a touch late so he couldn't come round the corner as nicely as he wanted. But the 204 from Tony, in fact, that is where we're going to have to shift. Hey Aaron, how you going, fella? Oh yeah, I really like 59 FPS. That's plenty of FPS for me. And like when I do mess around with high FPS at the moment, if I am beating my PB, I'll just pull over at the line and wait until I've not beaten my PB anymore, just so I can mess around and test stuff. Oh, Tony does make it. I did think the squiggle would make it a little bit difficult, but he gets through it nice and cleanly. Going nice and aggressive over the curb, slamming the GTO into the barrier, trying to get that little bit of extra bump boost. Hey, Danny! Hope you're doing very well, fella. Yeah, things have settled down nicely for myself again. My health's settled down again. I'm getting back to my commentary. Oh, not seen that before. Nice from Tony, shifting underneath the prop and getting onto the bank platform that little bit earlier. Chasing a brake boost, but hearing the diminishing revs. Still They took off a couple of seconds there, 2:02.623 from Tony. Really settled in to his speed, brake boosting on and off the curbs. And really low exit off that wall ride, low transition as well. Got the flow of the track going through his fingers at the moment, going in for the loop tube transition, gets it nice and tidy. The man be flying, shifts out of the tube, fancy from mobbing. Oh, nice lead on, meeting the tube as it comes up to meet the car. We've got Psycho and Bolid in first and second, so they will close the gap up as things stand. Madrid a long way back as well, so potential for a DNF, and that would really see that gap close up. Did I not? Makes it across the gap as well. I forgot to pin the scores, I believe. There we go, let's get that pinned. I knew I'd updated it, but I doubted myself momentarily. 2:03.664 from Bolid. So Madrid is going to be 20 seconds or so back. Little tap of the horn. It's a little bit too low from Tony, and he does brick dead. Takes a little second for the car to get going. We will shift back at this point and watch these two teammates. I think they're relatively close together, and we'll see how far back Madrid is from there. He's distant on the mini-map. See Psycho just adjusting off the gap. Takes the cut lovely from Psycho and Bolid. See, following his teammate onto the banked platform, helping it see the car round the corner. And they are potentially taking the DNF here for Madrid, taking the points they need to close the gap back up. Oh, it's going to be tight. It's got 13 seconds. It should be plenty. I don't know. It's close. Oh, Madrid, he's just drifted a little bit too far off. Really unlucky stuff. I don't think there was quite the time to close it up. And it does see the points really tighten back up. It is still in DNF's favour, but it is 67. Sorry, to Insane Races 50 or 66. And I hope I said 67, not 57. I've thrown myself off with that little cough in the middle. But they do take the points and reshift it back towards their favour slightly. The momentum could now be with the lads. We've seen other people throughout the tournament have their nerves rocked by a DNF, but we are on to Green Machine. It should be a track Madrid comfortable with. No, they've not, Danny. Though I think they could technically, because they are in. Is it? Where's my math gone wrong here? We're going to believe Luke. We'll pin Luke's. No! What? On timeout. Sorry, Luke. I pressed the wrong button. I can't unhide you. I've pinned your message, but I deleted it, so... I'm so shit at YouTube. Right, see, I've fixed it. I've given him a nice thank you. And he'll be back in like 4 minutes. Apologies, Luke. Sit with Bolid. Looked like Madrid did just get bogged down by a missed double clutch. I can't hide that at the moment. Can't see Bolid. I'll do that later. Fix it. Bolid just getting onto the boost line a little bit later than the guys ahead, but Psycho leading the way as things stand. Nice low on the spinner prop by Bolid, just staying off at the prop at the bottom. Tony and Madrid basically were side by side at the entrance of the tube, but Tony pushing really hard to close the gap back up on Psycho. Nice braking points, managing the speed through the corner, adjusting onto the curbs gently. So there are 7 points between the two teams. I'm not quite sure how my calculator's fucked that up or what I did wrong. So I had 7 extra points, 6 extra points, but these things happen. Nice lines through the loops, nice aggressive pushing to the edge. Line I've learned to try pick up from Kino and likes of Luke. Little tip from the man Luke is to hold back during the loops, get them back wheels down as early as possible. Psycho is still leading the way, getting down to the track around half a second before Tony there, just under. Oh, it looks like Bolid going a bit more aggressive than Psycho up onto the platform. Not too much so, still just over the flat. Hello, Alabolibo. Brake boosting into the tube and gets a little bit lucky. The car showing a bit of a brick on our screen, but not for Bolid. And that would be the other benefit of streaming from other people's streams, is we'd get none of the lag showing where it shows them running wide or... sorry Yogesh, it is a closed private event and all of the races pre-signed up. But if you add me on PlayStation, you can get involved in the future. And we've got Puts as well. Hello, fella. Bolid has taken position over Madrid. Tony battling with Psycho just up ahead. We'll stick where we are for just now. We can still see the two guys just ahead. A slight disconnect from the tube is allowing Madrid to close up heavily. And you can hear Madrid's engine just in our ears behind. Psycho is holding. We are going to move forward as they go over the jump. They are side by side, so we'll go watch this intense battle. Looks like Psycho's got a slightly inverted loop line. He seems to shift inwards and then out, but he manages his speed nicely, sustaining his lead ahead. And Danny's beginning to pick up a bit of a passion for GTA Golf. There are golf crews out there, Danny, that run tournaments. Oh, yep, of course I can. 232.290 first lap from Psycho. Tony with 232.7, so there was around 0.5 between the two at the crossing of the line. Then two guys a bit further back with 34s, with the 0.3 and 0.6 from Madrid and Bolid. And Psycho having a bit of an issue in to the beginning of the tube. Tony looping nice and quick. He's closed the gap back up, really nice boost. Tony onto the curbs, nice and aggressive, trying to hold it to 29.349, so you can see he gained like 0.7 back over Psycho, and Psycho with the 30.076 will sit on Psycho. Low on the boost, Tony that little bit higher. Bolid with a 30.8 to Madrid's 31.3, retaking third position from him as well. He is a really good driver. Like, with the amount of dedication he has put into his levelling up RP grinding, I could see it. I can see Psycho going quite far if he chooses to. He clearly has the work ethic to get good, as he has retaken a position, getting some nice boost. Tony returning the favour on the second loop, pushing each other nice and hard. Psycho a bit thicker on the third, just pulls away nicely through the corner. It looks just to be extending away lightly inside curb, clipped from Tony, and then nice and aggressive. Just felt he had to pull away there from the edge, just going off a little bit too early. Just had to readjust and go on to the ram. Tony makes it up nice and clean. He's on to the banked platform. Brake boosts from both. It's going to be a tight finish. Tony collecting the boost nice and cleanly. Psycho responds on the second and third loops. Tony sniffing at his exhaust just through the loop. It's tight ass finish, really nicely done. Tony does just steal it away. But a fantastic race there. They were really tight for like 2.5 laps. What tracks have they played already? They have done Vespucci 21, Beetlejuice Park, Green Machine, H200 Plus. So it has been all of DNF Gangs so far, plus the random track. And then we've got Madrid. So it is DNF race on, or DNF Gang on 92 to 80 from Insane. DNF is Tony and Madrid, and Insane race is Psycho and Bolid. Yeah, but that was really, really good finish. You might not have got the boost in the loop, Tony, but you got the boost in the tube. We are on to flavours. This is the first of Insane races picked. They've still got In the City, Vespucci and Deserti to come. We've got Wall Climb at 2K22 from DNF Gang. So we'll see how this playlist plays out and how the 12 points stands. A 12-point lead stands at the end. I need a swig of my drink. Looks like we'll be starting with Madrid. Pop that back to Bolly just so we can get all of them in. He's got the lovely XD license plate. Looping that inside curve, trying to gain a little bit more boost, but you can see the guy taking the cut into the lead. Psycho has gained himself a bit of a lead, but Tony nice and aggressive over the curbs. See Madrid just feathering his throttle a little bit heavier and coming off the wall smoothly has allowed Bolid up on through in third place. Teammate Psycho ahead now, both trying to close back up on Tony. Psycho got big boost on the landing there, just took the speed down the straight and managed to put himself around the building nice and cleanly. Bless me, brake boost from Psycho and Bolid, see them pull ahead of Tony. Just adjust back to Tony, but it's taking a little while. Maybe there was a little bit of a mistake. No, he's not lost too much time, just that boost pulling them back. Maybe a missed brake boost from Tony. He's got a low cut out of the tube. Oh, my nose, I'm just going to mute and sort myself out. See the guys ahead there coming off the wall nice and cleanly ahead. You can see Tony lining up for the skip. Again, the boys ahead, Psycho and Bolid leading the way. Cleanly getting through their skips as well. Thank you very much, Lebo. Tony, slight disconnect from the tube, but he held pace nicely. It looked like he did close up a little, and all three landing nice and cleanly down the centre of the track. Tony did close up significantly, as I did think. Then the car drift off tidy as you like, closing the gap up still. You can see Bolid's car picking up the pace, getting onto that wall earlier, collecting that boost has allowed them to just pull away lightly again. Nicely done, Bolid getting all sorts of speed and just taking position over his teammate. Psycho down the inside, retakes it using the tube wall to get himself through the tube corner, really nice and clean. Tony low onto the wall, just letting the car ease up. It's a lovely low exit from Tony, and he is up into first place. Carries the speed smoothly through the tube. Will shift back as they come through the corner. There we go, nice and quick transition. It's what I like while they're close together on the map. All three have pulled away. Oh, Tony must have had a bit of an issue on the boost pad area of the coast to coast. Bolid and Psycho clear lead as things stand. Psycho a little bit high on the tube, did see the two wheels disconnect, but he adjusted nicely, and again adjusting the car really nicely in the air to get maximum traction on landing there without too much bounce and wobble on the GTO. Lovely tube line from the lads again. single barrel rolled ramp skip from both. See, Tony did fall a significant way back. Have a look at the lap times. 2:37.699 was the best first lap from Bolid. 0.757 from his teammate Psycho. 38.1 from Tony, and then Madrid. Potential for a DNF on a track he's got a little bit less knowledge on here with a 53.897. Psycho, really nice landing boost there, pulling himself level with his teammate as they come through the corner in the tube. Bolid just slightly cleaner lines through the tube, but Psycho better landing or better exit from the tube. Maybe that was what happened with Tony, just came down on the boost pad a little bit early on that previous one. You can see Psycho just managed to pull up and adjust nicely. 2:35.555, the best lap now from Bolid and his teammate with a 0.594, so 0.039 between the two on PBs there. Really clean stuff. We're going to stick with the lads because they are applying the pressure as things stand. Tony with the 38.1, and Madrid still, I don't believe, having crossed the line. 38.897, still the best lap from himself. Oh, I think that might have been what happened to Tony on the previous passing. With the lead they have, he might be able to get away with it. We're going to move on to Psycho. Hold the lead, or hold his position in second place. Psycho, another clean tube to tube. But yeah, just letting the car drift a little bit too low. This is their pick. This is Psycho's and Bolid's choice. Lovely low exit off the wall by Psycho, clipping that last corner of the curb, just in for the ramp skip. Really clean stuff, brake boosting over the curbs. Just delaying the loop a little bit to make sure he didn't go too early. Nice stuff by Psycho, just getting them little mistakes out of his own racing that I make a lot of. Really good to see. Keeps the car nice and flat. That'll keep the revs that little bit higher. That might be how he got the extra speed on landing last time. Bolid is still with the best lap, that 0.555. 0.3 or 0.039 better than his teammate. Madrid hasn't improved his lap, so he's going to be a good 30 to 40 seconds back. Tony is up to second place, so he is going to claim a few extra points, but with potential DNF he's going to be able to wait up a little bit. I don't think it's worth it, so just crossing the line, making sure no chance for Bolid to slip on by. It's got 15 seconds. No, it's how fast you're picking it up as well, Psycho, really. Like, I know you've got experience in the transform races and stuff, but the sweaty side of the stunt racing. And you're picking it up nicely, throwing yourself into the competitions nice and early will only see you do better as you should go forward if you fancy it. Like I say, the fact that you've got yourself up to the level you have shows that you've got the drive and motivation to potentially get really good. But that has seen Insane Race take a 1-point lead. I think think that's what happened last time. God knows why. On my old account, Mobbin, it glitched my races out, so I had like 33 million hours worth of racing hours in the game. It's dumb. We're on to In the City. This is another of Insane Races picks. This is Insane Races pick In the City. So we've got In the City, Vespucci and Deserti left to come from Insane Race. We've got Wall Climb at 2K22. So this is Psycho's pick. Nice, and Starstrider-Fox AI. Yeah, I'd set up a racing bot. That's how I learned all the brake boosting spots without doing much racing. It's like, just go find all the tube spots for me, please. No, I wish. Now, I'm going to keep running with the scores as they are now, but I will double check things. I'll pin this for now. I am going to very quickly, in between the next two races, I'll redo the scores and just double check to make sure I've not fucked it up. Yeah, like Rockstar's just fucked Mob Deep, so yeah, it is quite normal. And Holy's got like 30 odd million hours or something of race time as well. Like, Social Club's broken, Rockstar's broken, GTA's a bit of a broken mess, but we love it. Psycho is starting in last place on his own pick. He's got Madrid and Tony ahead, Bolid holding the lead. Now, I believe this is the track I met Mr. F Madrid on, like 2.5, 3 years ago. Psycho, really nice boost line coming out of the tube, a little bit higher than Madrid, but they have held pace ahead. Psycho has the lead, Tony battling with him, extra little clipper curb sees him pulling nice and cleanly. It looks like Psycho bricked on the gap in the barrier and has had to respawn to get himself unstuck. Tony and Madrid now with good advantage and a lead. Oh, big wobble on landing from Madrid. Does see Bolid pick up second place. We will shift forward, have a look at the front two. Will be allowing Psycho to close back up, but it was a high speed place where he had to respawn. That little bit of extra lost time may see Madrid be able to hold position over him. Trying to just work out whereabouts, how much is between them. It looks like Psycho's into the tube behind Madrid. And Tony, a bit of a wobble, he's got himself corrected, but he did fall behind Bolid. Bolid gets down to the track that little bit earlier, brake boosting nice and cleanly. Tony brake boosting the opposite way and then back onto the track really cleanly. $213 billion days spent just in GTA Online races. Jed, my man, one of the oldest men alive on the planet, or the oldest man alive on the planet. Bolid just having to feather the throttle. A little bit heavier than Tony, wonky into the tube, but he's got himself a spun around. A little bit of error-ridden beginning. It's a wonky landing from Tony that he's going to see. We're going to go back to the back and see how the gap's shifting back around, because that is going to be a lot of time lost for Tony. Psycho's got himself through the tube cleanly and he's ahead of Tony, and now looking to close back in on Madrid. Through the tube skip, a bit cleaner this time. It looked like it bogged him down a touch, but then the engine revs bursting back to life, pulling away from the gap in the barrier nice and cleanly. Mobbin just rightly pointing out that he's only 50 times older than the Earth. Madrid gets his braking point. You could see the way he stayed nice and straight late into the corner so he could brake late and pull himself through the corner, just accelerating through. Did seem to gain a slight bit of extra time back over Psycho, but Psycho's tube line and tube transition nice and tidy. Bit lower earlier on the boost, just sticking to it nice and tidy, feathering the throttle tidy into and through the corner. Hello Johnson, how you going fella? An elbow, show some respect to your elder, or the elder. I think we can now refer to Jed. That might become your nickname to the channel. Jed the Elder. So show some respect, youngster. Psycho pulls himself through the corner a little bit late. The extra boost he got in the tube slightly later on the brakes. They are holding their lead and they are closing in on Bolid. Well, Psycho is 212.109 to the 215.532 from Madrid. Bolid just having to respawn after the tube. Psycho as well. Unlucky stuff. Just coming out of the tube a little bit early. Not quite aggressive enough on the pull down. Does still hold the lead over Tony, but Madrid now with comfort in first place. Tony can see Psycho here, so we will shift back after they've both made it through the tube, or under the tube. Just make sure Tony's under it too, adjusting through the corner. Just wait half a second. It's a place where they feather a little bit more. Psycho won't be improving on his lap. Bolid with the work to do to maybe try and close back in on Madrid. Tony and Madrid may be about to retake the lead in the playlist. Or do they? I think they go down by one more point. No, they gain by one. Hello Esco, hope you're doing well fella. .109 as we've seen is that best lap from Psycho. Through really nice and clean. Psycho holds his line, aggressive over the curbs. Bit of an extra squiggle from Tony, but he held it clean. Madrid is going to take the win by the look of things. Did. Psycho's made it through the last couple of sections cleanly. So it has all tied up. By my maths at the moment. I'm, like I say, going to very quickly run through. Quickly grab the points from the previous races. Redo the math. So it's wall climb 22. This is Tony's track and pick. I am guessing. It does say it was made by Rockstar, strangely, which is not true. Like I say, just very quickly gonna re-add these points up and make sure I've got things correct. I wouldn't like to be making any mistakes. Clear. 16 plus 42. Sorry, let me shift the camera, apologies. I'll be fully focused back up. Bolide is leading the way as things stand. The guys are using the pry, with it being a little bit better up the walls and stuff, and sticking to the tube initially than the GTO. Oh, I think it was actually just showing Bolide in the lead through the wall climb part as Madrid leads the way. Tony with a good second place. Yep, one team's points have added up right. Right, yeah, we are back on track. There's been no more mistakes. It is a tie game at 1-2-7. Tony getting away a little bit there. We heard the engine revs die off, so he got away with a bit of a barrier smash there. Bolide close up behind me. I'm just going to shift back, sticking a little bit lower on the tube line there than Tony. Psycho just coming through the final part of the tube. Guessing really won't be used to the pry around here. And see Tony pushing nice and wide through the corner, making the most of the gap in the barrier being there. Brake boosting back onto the track, over the curbs, feather and throttle nice and tight to the curve, and that does see him pick up the position over Tony. Nice drive from Bolid through the corner. Yeah, I'm getting there very much. He had to adjust it slightly, Jed, so it got lifted up to avoid some props and stuff like that. But yeah, they did think it couldn't be remade for a while, but now with all the prop notes and stuff, Tony was able to just jig it about a bit and lift it up. Got everything back that I want. Bolid and Tony battling side by side. The first lap 2:22.968 from Madrid, 24.7s from both. The 13 from Tony and the 8.4 from Bolid. A little bit further back with a 28.7 is Psycho. Lovely line from Tony, just extending away from Bolid. That track knowledge paying good heed, and Bolid seemed to get a bit of a double stop, almost pushed further back. Yeah, the death threats weren't good afterwards. That's not a good look towards her, whether he's guilty or not. And Johnson new wall climb record. I'm not sure what the times would have been on the actual wall climb in Pariah, so it could well be. Again, you can see Bolid closing through the corner, that little bit better on the braking point, and then carrying at the speed through the corner. A little bit cleaner. 2:21.981, shaving around a second off, and then 22.4 from Tony, 22.767 from Tony and Bolid, 25.310 from Psycho. Tony goes in nice and tight initially on the corner, then heavy back on the power to pull himself through. But yeah, he got released on bail again earlier. See Bolid adjusting at the car, so he sticks a little bit lower in the tube line. He might want to follow Tony that touch more. You can see Tony just edging away lightly. We've been able to sit with Bolid for a good portion of this go round. Madrid just holding his position ahead, extending away, and then Bolid and Tony relatively tight together. Haven't seen too much of Psycho. Hopefully we'll catch him in the next couple of races. Or next race, I think we've only got Vespucci and Deserti left to come. Not going with the double clutch down the hill. And when you got your new PlayStation coming, Escort? Oh, Tony clearly having a bit of an issue with the entry into the tube. That has allowed Bolid to come back by. We've seen him be able to carry his pace through these corners. Tony did close up. Bolid just extending away. Nice curbs down the hill. Good on the brakes. And he's pulling himself through the corner. Really nice and clean. Over the curves, matching Tony. Tony is closing, but it's not going to be enough. He does take second place from the track creator. Madrid doing a really nice job taking first. So it does see Madrid and Tony shift back into the lead. with a 5-point gap. After this 2v2, nice, shouldn't be too long. And yes, go, I am getting there. Thank you very much for asking, fella. Health slowly sorting itself out. Yeah, he's been enjoying a bit. What was it you were playing? Scarface, Esco. We are on to Vespucci, and then there is Lazy's track as 30 left. Yeah, Luke and Heredia, they're through to the semi-finals of the winners bracket, and they go against Jack and Razza. And the winner of that will go against Crayon and Fox Track, or Official and Viper. From the other semi-final from the winners bracket. Pardon. Have a good night, Alabo. Great start from Psycho. Really picking the pace up early on. Pulled himself up into second place behind his teammate Bolid. Sorry for that, I had to mute myself for a second to have a little burp. Psycho has pulled himself up in the first place. Bolid trying to hold position, hold second place for the team. Could do with a little bit of points closing. Tony carrying that little bit more speed over the crest of the hill and has retaken a position. Bolid shifts around the corner. Tony, a bit of an oversteer moment, does allow Madrid up into second and give Bolid a little bit of an advantage. Tony's had to go back on himself and spin around to collect the checkpoint, and that has seen the guys here gain a bit of confidence. Bolid and Psycho with first and second place. Big gap back to Tony from Madrid. You can see him just coming past the tube there. Oh god, yeah, the drops in frame rate must give you some really irregular boosts. We'll shift back to Bolid so we can see both here. He has taken more speed over the jump though. Good landing. Nice entry into the tube. Holding position just behind. Bolid doing a nice to retake second place. It's going to be a tight battle between the two. Picking up boosts at different points. We'll shift back to Bolid. Nice on the brakes. Pulls himself through the corner, good and tidy. 2:11.812. It's just over a second and a half between Psycho and Madrid, and then just over half a second on the line between Madrid and Bolid. It does look to be closing that back up, pulling a level in the air. Nice landing and pulls through the corner, really tidy. We've got Tony just coming over the jump there. Nice brake boost from Bolid, sees him just extending away lightly from Madrid. The 2:23.843 from Tony showing the work he has to do. He's going to have to be really clean, no more mistakes. Feathering the throttle really nice and tidy. See Tony, he has closed the gap back up, so he's got his pace going. Collecting that brake boost nice and cleanly. See, nice thin tyre mark. Did a lot of speed over the crest of jump, landing on the track. Bolid carrying the pace through the corner. Psycho has just been able to extend away lightly throughout this lap, I believe. So we'll see how the times look as they cross the line. Yeah, you can get the HDMI converter leads and stuff. Psycho having an issue in the tube, has seen himself dropped down to third, really tight up behind Madrid though, so it could swing back the other way. 2:10.381 from Bolid is now the best lap. 2:11.569 from Madrid and the 0.812 from Psycho. We'll see what Tony is able to muster up. 2:17.605, so as much as he did maybe close up in the earlier section of the lap, he has now lost some time, and we're not going to see him come over the jump without significant camera holding. Psycho just retaking a position from Madrid. We're going to stick with where we've been. Sitting in third place, it keeps the pressure widely spread across all three shoulders. Tony coming down and under the track. The guys have passed by above him. Tony isn't going to be meeting the lads here, he's going to just be dropping off the corner. Yeah, you can see losing around half a straight. You can see Bolid and Psycho just leading and extending away. Psycho pushing really nice and hard through the corner set to get himself first place back off his teammate. Will we see any wall rides? I think it's best they stick safe, confirm the points. Through the corners, Psycho holding and extending away from his teammate. Clean tube, and we'll see him pinch away the best lap again, I believe. Oh, a bit of a brick on landing from Madrid, unlucky source. Psycho has held it this time. 2:09.077, just steal away the best lap by a second or so again. Tony across the line as well. There are 4 points in it. Hello, Tom and Ramir. How are you going, fellas? And it has swung around again. It is crazy stuff. So stayed nice and tight. Well, they pulled away a bit of a lead early on, and the guys managed to hold their nerve, pull it back close enough to stay in range for this now tense ending. But it is 4-point lead to Insane Race with 174 to 170 from DNF Gang. And we are on to the final track, that is Zerti. It's Lazy's track. It's been a while since I've been able to say that. Missed it. And like I said earlier, well, I don't know if I did actually squeeze it out, but there is a mixed playlist coming up after this. I'm going to take a little 5-10 minute break, then pre-lobby at past. And then we'll get into the racing for about 10:45 UK time. Uses this time to roll a bit of a smoke as well, so I don't need to do that in between. Luke there saying lower suspension on the D8, 100% better. Tony feathering the throttle heavily, initially all four lined up evenly. Krieger's all around. It's like a good start. Oh, was that Tony and Madrid a little bit late into the wall ride? With the Krieger has seen Bolid and Psycho with the lead. We will go forward and put the pressure on the lads. They've got the lead and in both the playlist points and the race now. Big black screen as they both come off that second wall ride and now through the chicanes. Psycho nice and low over the transition. His teammate Bolid just a bit high but carrying the pace. The wall ride nice and clean off the wall as you go. Psycho's thought about going for a bit of a ramp skip there, but maybe holding off. With it being his teammate, didn't need to take the big risk. As much as you do want to win every race, you can allow your teammate the odd little bit of glory. We are early on, first lap in. Gets away with that. Pulls through nicely. Oh, manages to use the wall to straighten up after getting the back down. Yep, they do, Jed. So it does, as things look like it is going to go Psycho and Bolid's way, hence why I'm here spectating them. But as I say that, Psycho does just come in to contact with the beginning of the tube. Onto the bull ride, nice and clean. It's a 147.175 from Bolid as the best lap, pulling through nice and tight from Psycho. With the 148 into the wall ride a little bit late, and that may allow Tony and Madrid to close up. We'll just sit with Bolid for the close of this lap. Bolid has got hiccups. Comes off the wall nice and cleanly. Psycho has held a second place. We will pop back, have a look at Psycho and Tony, or Madrid and Tony. Tony has just taken position over Madrid, I believe. You can see Bolid, nice line. Chasing the brake boost, you can hear the squeal, but we're not seeing tyre marks come off the back. With that, we will pop back. You can see big gaps between the guys. That is Psycho and Tony, I believe, passing by underneath. Psycho a little bit further back. Billy, a bit of a slide, but he held that nicely, corrected it. That will have allowed Psycho to close back up, putting a bit between his teeth. We will pop back to Psycho momentarily. Just wait for the wall ride as Tony just not able to pull off it nice and cleanly. Does head in to the platform. Like I say, we will pop on to Psycho. Did have intentions to see two of them racing a bit closer together, but now the gap in Psycho's favour. Madrid that bit further back. Madrid comes from the race crew. They do customs, but it's Arwin's and Tony's in general. Believe they're not as, have not got as wide a selection, so that has been what's maybe caught Madrid out. In the later part of the playlist, he did really well early on, but then the track knowledge just coming back in the favour of Insane Race. We see Bolid having crossed the line, confirming first place. Okay, does it take a second? It's a 2:01 to Insane Race, and we'll just wait and see. Looks like Tony comfortably gonna make it, but Madrid that little bit further back. Oh, Tony! Tony! Oh, you did just make it. That is 180 for DNF. So it is 2:01. Yep, they are. The DNFs are vicious when they come in. But massive congratulations to Insane Race. Massive commiserations on this occasion to DNF Gang. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I'm going to take like a little 5-10 minute break. I don't think I'm going to stream the playlist myself, but you might catch a stream from somebody else. And the playlist lobby, pre-lobby, will be open in about 5 minutes time. Thank you all very much. Goodbye for now. And massively appreciate you all tuning in as always. Why is it not bringing up my menu? There we go. Goodbye.